Hi, this is Terry Coatney, Coldwell Banker Realtor here in Vienna, West Virginia. Also, I'm licensed in Ohio. Have you been looking for a house and you've kind of just moved away from the search process just because the interest rates have been high? They're coming down somewhat, but still probably not to the point where you're comfortable buying a house. Well, there's some things that you can do while the interest rates are high and to get them lowered and get a house. Because remember that, you know, rent is more expensive than interest rates. And so you want to think in terms of getting a house and starting to build equity. So how do you do that when the interest rates are high? So let's go over a couple things and strategies that can help you find that home and get into it, even though the interest rates aren't still down to the 2.5% to 3%, 3.5% rate they were a few years ago. So what can you do? Well, first of all, start to look for the ugly house. The ugly house is the house that hasn't had the updates. It needs new carpet. It needs new paint. These houses sell for 10 to 15% below the market. So that means that if you get that house with a little elbow grease or some initiative, you'll be able to bring that house up to the market standards and actually get 10 to 15% equity immediately. And then also, you may look for houses on the market that have been there for some time. Right now in the market, because of the interest rates being where they are, houses have been on the market. And some of these houses, I looked just this morning, just a few minutes ago, the average is 114 days. And the median is 80 days on the market. So there's houses that have been out there for quite a while. That means that those sellers are probably motivated, and you could probably then attack the price and then worry about the interest rate at a different time. So that's one thing. So if you're looking at what your payment's going to be, if you can get that price down here, even though the interest rates are still, you're going to be able to get a payment that you can afford. So what else can you do besides these things to attack the price? Well, you may be looking at property in a location that is an up-and-coming location. So if there's a desirable location right now and property within that location goes for a premium, well, what about those locations that are close by that are up-and-coming and will probably be, in a few years, will be that same, have that same appeal? So that's another thing that you can do. And then another thing you can do when the interest rates are high is that you can perhaps, if you're in a financially good position, offer with less contingencies. And sometimes buyers are motivated, and with less contingencies they could close quicker, and then your price may be attractive. Well, there's some other things that you can do to get that interest rate down. So kind of think in terms of to date the house instead of the interest rate. So you're really looking for the house. So there's some programs out there where you can get an ARM, and because in the future those interest rates are probably going to be lower, or you can have the seller give you concessions, and many times they can pay quite a bit down for your closing cost, and then you can take your hard-earned money and put that at the principal, again bringing the interest rates down. So date the house, not the rate. So these are all kind of things that you can do to help you find a house. So if you're looking for a home, contact me and I can go over some of these houses that have been on the market for a long time and share that with you. And if any of them fit your need, well, then perhaps we can schedule a showing and get you into one of those houses. And also the other thing that you can do is discuss with your lender how you can get your rate down lower and implement some of these strategies that we just discussed. Well, anyway, it's very cold today, and it's Tuesday, the 16th of December here in the Mid-Ohio Valley. So if you're out traveling about today, just be careful. It's cold and it's still icy. Take care, and happy holidays to all.